Okay, it is a Wednesday morning. We're in the midst of a cold snap here in central Louisiana. And what you see here is the end of the brake clutch shaft that I've got to slide out, and it has been fighting me, so I'm not sure why, but I'm going to start twisting it and see if that's just some grit that's built up inside there somewhere, and we'll see if I can't get that out. The brake clutch shaft, which this is it right here, just to me looks like just a rod that runs all the way through, but I get it this far out and then it's got a, I don't know if you can hear that or not, something solid stops it. But I guess the workaround is I've got to see if I can't get this Woodruff key out right here. That has been a problem on some of the others getting it out, so. But I've got all the others out on the left-hand side of the tractor. There's none left in it. See, there's the only one that was there was on the far outside edge. So, not sure what's catching it. However, somewhere in the middle inside of this there is a sleeve or a collar that I don't know about and haven't been able to find in the documentation, but it has me stymied right now, so I guess I go back to simply trying to get this Woodruff key out. You can get enough. It's right here. Once it's out, I can pull this oil seal out right here, because if I don't, then I'm going to have to destroy this oil seal, just cut it apart. But to put a new one in, I'd have to go over this, so I've got to get it out. Okay, take two. I did get back around and did look around and find a small burr right here. It kind of popped up that I filed down, and I have wire brushed it heavily. Let's see if there's anything I've missed here. I can't tell, but maybe let's see what goes. Alright, we're back again. I have been hunting birds. If you can notice, we've got a groove that over the years the brake pedal wore there, and then there's another one that wore there. I've tried to file down some of the raised spots. I'm thinking maybe that is the reason I'm not being able to slide this shaft out. We shall see. Okay, a lot of touching up on the other side and tapping lightly with a hammer and a punch, but you see it's coming out. The main problem was there was a burr on the other end, and then a slightly bugled edge on the far outside edge. Well, I'm sitting here talking while I should be working on extracting this, but it'll be out in a few minutes. Success after much tapping, twisting, and polishing on the far end. Here it is. It's ready to fall out, or so it looks like to me. If I can get it those last few, there it goes. There it is. And that was the washer that stays on the right-hand side, but you can see it's just basically a solid steel shaft that goes all the way through it to use to activate the right-hand side brake and to let the clutch pedal ride on, so you can use, and then the right-hand side, the right-hand brake just rides on it as well to activate the right brake. But after several minutes of tugging and toting and polishing up this end of the round bar, I've got it squared back out. I've got a replacement if I choose to use it. It's too cheap to turn down, basically the cost of scrap metal, but if you look at this one, you can definitely see the wear marks where the other pedals have made a groove in it. And even on this end, it's bugled a little bit. Somebody previous to me had tapped on it a pretty good bit. That divot there is what I had to use to put the gear puller on to pull the pedals off, because they were on tight. This has been in this tractor most likely since 1943. I see no reason why it would have come out in between times. But this is it. I got it out. I guess the next thing to do is to get in here and get out this seal that's in there, which I have two ordered. and I get that out, and then I can pull this seal and get it replaced, and then pull this wheel and rear axle carrier cap and replace the seal there. Here we are. I got that oil seal out I was telling you about, and I discovered that this iPhone does have a lighting option for when you're doing video, so just thought I would use that. Was able to drill 2 holes and pry this one out with a crowbar, small crowbar. Now on the bigger ones like this one, you drill several holes and work your way around it, and then the front half of it come out. And once it's out, you can take the bolts and the washers off and run you a gear puller back in there and pull the rest of it out. But that one is a booger to get out. And so are the remnants of it right there to the right of the one I took out on the left-hand side of the tractor. So let's look over here at the remnants of this brake clutch shaft oil seal. Here's what's left of it after I pulled it out. You know, I used 2 screws, and I used this little crowbar I have here. I think Clint Lazion gave me that crowbar. It comes in handy. It's a small one. But yeah, I drilled 2 holes, put 2 sheet metal screws in it, and then used this crowbar to work this seal on out. It's about, maybe a 1/2 inch thick, but it's not a cheap little seal either. It's from Steiner. It's a JDS 1222 seal. They're about 14 bucks a piece plus shipping. So if they're not leaking, I don't know if I'd pull them or not, but that's what I've done. And since I've got the camera batteried up, it died only a minute ago. Here's the brake clutch shaft I pulled out. I've kind of polished it up some, get rid of some of the dirt. Had to drill out this cotter pin hole on the end of it. And here's the washer that sets up against the housing, between the pedal and the housing there. And there's that Woodruff key I was talking about earlier that didn't want to budge, and so basically I went ahead and pushed it on out like I originally planned, and it was bugled up in here a little bit. Had to file a while, had to polish a while. Still got to go back and polish some more, get this cleaned up real good. But right here there's a groove from gracious, that's a 1943. This is 2019. Do your math there. You got 19 plus 57, which would be 76 years worth of wear right here and here. So I guess you would expect some of that. So, but that's the brake side. The clutch side was over here. So they didn't ride the clutch much, but they did ride that brake, that left-hand brake, to spin it at the end of the row, I guess. The right-hand side doesn't show that much wear, so that's my guess, is this guy liked to make left turns and did a lot of them. But here we go again, looking at what's left of this oil seal. So they will come out, but they can be a booger. Excuse me. Good Louisiana weather. And that is my word for today for Robert T. Willie and Ricky Cole. The word today that you learn is booger. And that's what I had to do to these oil seals here, is to kind of booger them out. So this is the one I was telling you about. It's the one behind the brake drum there. And it is, you get the front part of it out, which is here to the left, by pulling it out with the drilling and pulling, and then you got to get a gear puller back behind this one in the space it makes in order to get this to pull out. So, and there was the other brake shaft oil seal that I pulled out. You noticed I had to use 3 holes to get it to come out, but that's probably all the good news I can give you today. It is a warm central Louisiana day. just a few miles west of Dry Prong, Louisiana, and we greet